Right. Right, so I've officially run out of petrol. And guess what, guys? I ended up buying a tyre pressure, a tyre inflator, like a proper one. About 30 odd quid it cost me, electric one. And my tyre pressures were about, I think it was 29 rear, 28 front. And I bumped them up to 34 even, which is what I usually do. And oh wow, that is almost an immediate response. It was so much different. It's absolutely lovely. You know, I wanna know how much is the maximum on this bike, because I'm expecting 140, 150 mile out of this tank, and at some points it is telling me, yeah, you know, estimated range 150 mile, but then you know, I get to about 100 mile and the fuel light comes on, so I really don't know what to do at this point. Let's leave this guy some room. Yeah. Oh, what the hell is going on here? Bunch of flipping idiots. Thank you. Cheers, lovely. Yeah, and I'm going to B&Q because what I've done is I've taken one of the studs out. I've taken one of the bolts out of the rear pegs, because what I want to do is I want to see if there's anything in B&Q that can replace them, because I'm not paying 10 quid for RNG solution there. I'll tell you what, the handling on this thing now, basically beforehand, the reason why I changed the tyre pressures and looked at them was because it felt like it was, when the bike was balanced upright, it was tipping in very, very nicely. But then there was sort of like there's a moment of about 6 inches, right, where the bike would feel like it kind of just falls and then it kind of sticks, and I think the suspension was kind of saving it. And in winter you need to drop your tyre pressures anyway, so you know, I'm not too far out the realms of insanity with what I've got now. At 34 even, I always do even tyre pressures, and before you comment about even tyre pressures, go and look it up. The tyre pressures are as subjective as suspension is, but this automatically feels a lot more flickable, and that sort of dead spot seems to have disappeared, which is cool. Yeah, tyre pressures are fixed. They feel really, really good. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful evening here. It's getting to 5 o'clock and it's getting dark now, which is amazing. I really do miss the long evenings, so that's good. I'm glad that we're coming back into summertime now. We're on that back end anyway. Nope. Right. Right, so I've officially run out of petrol. Fuck's sake. Oh well. Fucking hell. Right, so it has run out of fuel, and that is, yeah, that's dead on fuel, that. So what did we get out of it, eh? We got 136 mile before it died. That's fuck all, that really, isn't it? Well, thank God I've got some fuel. I tricked you all. Oh, I tricked you. I came out intentionally, basically, knowing that I'd run out of petrol. Thanks to the Cheshire Police last night, who went on a bit of a tirade to get some fuel. Cool, right. See if this works. It's got 136 mile, which is not great, considering the Triumph tell you they get 170 mile out of the tank, which is bollocks. This is UK mileage, by the way. Oh shit, get petrol everywhere. It's coming out the top. Why is it coming out the top? It's not what I want, Jeff. Could do with some mops to mop up. Right. Cool. So those things are really good. Oh, fucking stink of petrol now. Oh well. The one thing you do have to watch out for is that people in the petrol stations don't like letting you fill them up. For whatever reason, I had a massive argument with a guy at BP yesterday, Let's redo this. There we go. Yeah, I could feel it back there. It was just stalling. There was no like, oh, by the way, you're about to run out of petrol now, mate. It was just, yeah, you've now run out. If that was one thing I could say about this bike, is that I really wish it had a bigger tank, because 15.5 litres is just not enough. The Speed Triple RR has got an 18.5 litre tank from what I believe. I'm not particularly sure why this one hasn't, to be honest. Kind of wish it had. Where is the Super Unleaded? I don't think there is any. Petrol everywhere. Fucking gloves. It's only normal petrol this, unfortunately. We might see what difference we have. Right, 14.51 litres. That means that, yeah, I've just put a litre in, 15.5. That makes sense. Just gonna add a little bit more in, see if we can get how much we can actually get out of the tank. It's probably the most I can get out of it, that, and that is 15.35. So the bike will actually hold, unless that's lying, the bike will hold more than 15.5 litres. Just talking to myself. Okay, these gloves are kind of hard to get on when they're when you want them to. Right, so at least we know that the mileage gauge thing is kind of correct. You've got perhaps 5 mile before you actually run out of petrol. So yeah, there you go. Petrol test done for you. At least you know. I've gone through the struggle just for you people. It was a bit of everything, that riding. So it was motorway, dual carriageway, this kind of riding, back and forth through town kind of thing. 136 mile, which is not what I wanted to see, to be honest. I would like to have seen a bit more than that. Try not to get 230 mile basically. And if you do get to 136 mile, I'd say, oh no, someone calling me here. But according to this bike, it's 40 mile a gallon. Now online it says this bike does 50, if I remember rightly. About 50 mile a gallon, and I don't know how to get 50 mile a gallon out of this, because if you match gear to mile per hour, so say if you were to do 50 and 5th, the bike is very unresponsive, and it's not very nice to ride, in all seriousness. Right, I wonder if anything can be tuned to get more mileage. Yeah, basically we've taken the nut out of this guy here, so that it's an M12, so hopefully we'll be able to that's the exit, you know, there. Right, nuts and bolts. Right. Might see if we can build up some washers behind them actually. Right, let's see if that works. Perfect, cheers mate, thank you. See you again. Ta-ra. Go all the way around. So I've got my screws, I've got my bolts. That cost me a flipping tenner, that did. 10 quid for some bloody screws. You have to buy them in packs, and those packs are about 6 quid. 6 quid! I went on a heart attack then. Let's have it. Oh, traction again kicked in because the back end came out then. It's very slippy round. I tell you what, man. With the tyre pressures built up like this, I've had the back end skip out 3 times now with higher tyre pressures. I'd never had that with the tyre pressures below 30. Well, around 30 at least. I'm in road mode, and at least the traction control is really good. And at least it's there to, you know, catch me just in case, which is, you know, what I'm doing. Very strange that happened without with different tyre pressures though. I mean, it makes sense, there's not as much grip, but it's weird actually because I can actually feel the traction kicking in. Oh, for f***'s sake. Come on. You got a phone. Fucking dumbass. Well, it's amazing, it shows you how much your tyre pressures make a massive difference, doesn't it really? We get it, Mr. Brake. You're squeaking. The perks of having a bike. Oh, they closed this lane up, have they? Right, this has been a bit of an adventure this, hasn't it, folks? Hey? You've had me running out of petrol, you've had me going to B&Q, you've had me commuting, you've had me that tyre going out, you've had me impressions on tyre pressures, differences that's made. Yeah, traction really kicking in. That's a bit weird, that. I might drop it down to 32. Because now that issue's gone with it. Oh man, it is so nice. That handling is just unreal. It just, oh man, it just wants to drop, man. It's so nice. It just wants to flip in, flip out. Oof, it's so smooth. I've only realised I've not got my lights on. Let's turn my lights on. Oh, because I can see now. Well, that's a good sign. I can see where I'm going after I've changed the headlight rake. I had someone ask me about that on Instagram. So yeah, it's made a massive difference. So we're taking this down to Tyre tomorrow to get the suspension tuned. So that should be good, down in Preston. Filled up for that, so that should be nice. Yeah, traction really kicking in actually. I'm very surprised, I've never had it kick in so much. But hey, that's been me, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you very, very soon, I'm sure. And until the next time, sod 'em out.